he's in a heckin' hell of a morphling. So I expect great things.
You like watching Shopify lose?
See, I said I like watching him play Dota.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're doing a lot of losing lately, so I feel like 1 + 1 = 2.
One day, Arthur will bring that Aegis home.
Well, it's not going to be today because this is not TI.
All right, real question.
Yeah.
If Shopify lose, how does that affect Zhao 8's legacy?
That is a great question.
That's
I don't think
the real question here,
it at all.
What happens to Zhao 8's legacy if Shopify loses? That's what we're here to figure out. We'll see if they can pull it back game 2. And it's going to be against a Parker Alchemist. Very interesting, unique pick. I did not see this one coming out because traditionally this hero is terrible versus Parker. I mean, you can out-tempo him, you can out-pace him, but theoretically out can do that versus anybody. This Morphling?
What is this Morphling? Is that special?
And it's a prime Morphling patch number 2.
Oi.
That part is definitely true. Is RTZ Morphling? I feel like RTZ Morphling is not the best morph in the world. Probably wouldn't list him in my top 3. Am I wrong in that?
Well, who's your top 3 Morphling player? Well, now he's faltering.
Yatoro?
Yeah, Yatoro's for you.
23 Savage?
Okay, I'll give that one to you.
I almost threw out a meme answer that would have been kind of mean. Okay, I won't say that one.
Oh, I know who you were going to say. Yeah, that would have been over the line. Let's stop this segment as I figured out who number 3 was, and I'm sure chat has figured it out too. Nice list, Cap. You really did him a good one there.
Listen, that player's doing really well.
He is one of the best
just
in the
not
world.
a
Absolutely one of the best in the world. And Shopify looked to win lanes again, though. This one's going to be a bit harder, I think. However, ABED is back on a Spirit Hero. And that is, I think, a way more comfortable position for him and Shopify over that Snapfire, which has not worked out for them. At least in this tournament, right? I think they're kind of done trying that experiment. It did not work out. I don't think ABED looked top tier on it either. Something about that hero just not worked for them. So he's back on the Ember. Prime ABED territory. They get Saberlight, a Beastmaster, his level 30 Grandmaster, super mega tier hero. An Enchantress for Fly. Sky, I mean, these are all like signature heroes.
They are. It is a bunch of Siggies all around.
The lowest level is Platinum for crit on Sky, and he's a Skywrath spammer.
I mean, if you're going to go out of a tournament, might as well do it in Comfort, right?
It almost feels like they just picked the Comfort, yeah. I go back. This is just, hey, what does everybody want to play? They're all really good heroes.
Schofield is dead. Cogs, pushback? Okay. Well, that's not fair. You're like a second ahead of me.
That's not true. I just know Schofield never dies. Ultimate Vader.
And he is,
yeah, look, now you have no man on crit. See, I told you, the biggest mistake you can do is try and kill Schofield.
that is the number 1 rule. Don't try and kill Schofield.
Yeah,
it's always a bait.
You know how you win the lane for Schofield? You ignore him. You literally ignore him. You pretend he's not there, and you just go on Sacred over and over. And Schofield sits there and stares at you, and he doesn't know what to do, because he's like, no, go on me.
He gives you the puppy eyes. Like, why not?
I've lanes versus Sky probably more than any other 4 in the world, and I perfected it over time. Shopify, they fall for the Schofield bait. Cost with some mana. They're farming okay down here.
Why did they put the matchups of the way they put them? Why not put the Skywrath Mage into the Alchemist lane and try and harass him out?
They are dodging the Skywrath Silencer matchup.
Oh, okay. Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh! What? How did that spear not land?
Fine intervention.
Oh.
Good to have on your side. I also think Shopify
places. Okay,
Shopify 100 bazillion% view Enchantress as one of the best lane counters to Silencer.
Okay.
Which is kind of true. Silencer is pretty damn miserable.
Yeah.
So they wanted to force that out. Which is understandable. It's an absolute free matchup for Enchantress. Pretty much a guaranteed lane win for Saberlight up here, which is pretty much how it's panned out. Maybe also a factor that they can exert more pressure on Parker in the lane. It's Alchemist. Equilibrium with extra troops in their favor. So far, it's doing pretty decent. ABED
pops the fairy fire, gets he does. Oh, wow, that was enough damage.
Storms everywhere.
Mago teaching him how to play Storm over here. Guess you should have first based it.
No. Schofield is going to die here.
Oh, no.
This
I
time.
couldn't resist that joke.
Somebody's very mad at you somewhere.
I mean, I understand why, but I keep telling you, you can't put me on these Shopify games. I know why they keep doing it, but it's brutal.
Jim Park, he's taking a lot of damage. This pressure from the Enchantress is mounting up.
I don't know if he wanted them both.
Too, but you don't actually want all those heroes with you.
This is the level 3 Enchantress timing. You have a really strong keep.
Man, this Hurricane is getting some serious value out of it, man. Schofield almost dies again.
Jim Park.
Oh no, he got off the unstable concoction. It's fine. It was a close call though.
Yeah, that was, he almost hit himself in confusion. Bring out the old Parker stupid nickname.
Just to be clear, that was his actual name. For those of you guys who aren't aware of the
people
South
not
American
know that?
players. Well, we've said it once or twice.
Yeah, that was his in-game name. For
That's literally his name.
Yeah,
I'm
not calling stupid. That's how every knows him. But now he's ascended.
Now he's Jim Park. He's gone professional.
Jim Park looks like a hell of a carry player in this tournament so far.
Yeah.
And he's done very well for himself in his short stint, placing a prolific farmer in Hector. Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, let's actually make that comparison. Like, how do you feel Jim Park has done in comparison to Hector, and what do you feel like he's added to the skills that Hector maybe didn't? Hold up, wait for the skill. Maybe
timing, level 6 advantage.
Flame Guard is going to go off. That's going to block some of the magic damage. ABED with a stick charge as well. Getting back. Stinger committed underneath the tower, but he's not going to have enough damage. A slight repels him. Beastcoast won't lose anybody for that attempt, but ABED is going to be able to get back up the full.
He beats that silence was level 3. They tried to get this level 6 Storm versus level 5 Ember. Can't him. That solo kill from Dark Mago set it all up.
Yeah, simultaneously probably rotating around the 6-minute rune.
Mana for the rune.
Rune is going to be top. Yeah, they're going to go for Mago. He's going to have one last little zip. How far is that going to take him? Not far enough. ABED's going to be able to chase him down with the Remnants, and Stinger, who went for the power rune, ran into Fly with the creep out and will also die there.
Level 4 on both the Shopify supports in that 3-man mid that they love to do, and this is where the Enchantress Skyrath shine.
Yeah.
They're some of the best supports in the game at contesting these early runes and abusing the enemy mid with a Spirit Hero. This is classic Shopify gameplay right here, and it's going to propel them to a triple lane win, as Jim Park also went down top earlier. This Enchantress putting Fly top.
They're doing a bunch of damage to the mid tower.
Yeah, this is crumbling right now for Beastcoast. They need to salvage this early game situation, or these supports are going to run over the map.
They use the glyph. The next creep wave comes in, so the Siege Dragon is going to live for a really long time here.
Schofield's fighting for a Wisdom Rune right now. That's where Fly TP'd out to. Dead for it?
Oh yeah, he's dead for it. He does not manage to get the Wisdom Rune away from Saberlight, so it was very much not worth it. Mid pressure does ease up. The tower's going to stay alive. Mago goes for the kill on the crit. He'll have it too, so a little bit of an overstep there from Shopify. Getting damage to green.
Damage got done. Tower's really low, 128 HP deniable. Beastcoast will definitely try and hold on to it though. I do not think they want to deny this mid if they don't have to. Really good pressure and damage. Shopify and the 2 side laners super happy with the solo here. Gonna try again for ABED. Let's get silence.
Remnant back to the tower. He's knocked up for a little while. Slight, not going to be able to get it off. Crit's going to try and get a return kill, but look at him. They're juggling the tower aggro. Schofield gets up to the high ground. He's good. Fly, he finds nothing but friendly corpses, and one enemy corpse makes his own. Stinger will be able to bring him down, put some damage onto the Storm Spirit on the way out.
Yeah, going to force him off the rune. Off the 8-minute rune unless it's on top, but it'll be bottom. Very good rune.
Well, with those illusions, he should be able to take that mid tower.
That's true. He has rally going in here too. Yeah, you're gonna have to just give this up. Schofield's, he's racing to deny it.
Go,
please,
go, go,
please,
go.
my damage. Looks like this.
No, he doesn't get it. Now he's gonna die for it too.
Doesn't get the Wisdom Rune, doesn't get the deny, and he's on both. A very rough early game for him. Dark Mago did get a little gold rune, and now putting the regen to use is going to find Saberlight.
Very nice. Time to shut down this Beastmaster. He's been getting way too much out of the lane. I mean, the Morphling's free farming, but Saberlight, he's probably an easier kill and getting far too much.
He already had Helmet Dominator done. He was about to push Jim Park out and take this tower. And that is the Shopify MO. Go through these tier 1s, open up the space, let the Morphling free farm, and create a situation where Beastcoast aren't close to contesting him. Dark Mago going to get another bottle refill. The benefit of Schofield dying so much in this early game. Damn, Dark Moggle's having a hell of a game. He has really stepped up here in the first 5 minutes. That solo kill, 3, 1, and 2. Air Machine getting these Beastcoast supports some XP. Much needed experience as well.
And if like you can have a successful game on the Storm Spirit, he can be somebody to shut down Morphling, right?
Absolutely. Probably their best answer in this early mid game because he can jump him with the global on top.
Right.
We might just kill our Tor from full, depending on if Manta's up or not. Same with the Ember Spirit here. The fact that Dark Moggle's had as good a game as he's had, considering how many resources Shopify put into mid, is even more impressive, right? Because this was basically a tri-lane mid at a certain point. These are the games where Shopify's usually had 3 or 4K off of that advantage. Right. Instead, he's at the top. It's just that solo kill propelled him so fast. They were able to exert the pressure back. Put ABED in a lower position that he would have liked to have been in. 1-minute power rune. Finally get one. Will Dark Moggle get it? He is unlucky again.
Man, that is really adding up.
Damn. Man has no RNG.
Is under attack.
It's a good one for ABED. Haste instantly prompts the smoke here. They are looking for the Alchemist.
They're going without level 6 on the Skywrath Mage, which is going to be a really powerful combination, right? Slide chains into Mystic Flare. It's a really nice way to get a kill with very little commitment. So if they get a kill off the smoke, that'll propel crit to level 6 and generally just feel fantastic. But Jim Park is out of there indeed. Too bad for Shopify because there was 10 seconds left on the Chemical Rage cooldown. Beastcoast is going to be very happy with a little bit extra space. Bunch of heroes from Shopify are going to show top.
Faces a stiff win.
Radiant's
bottom tower
It's actually our head and support experience. And they traded tier 1s with Mars. Surprising tower trade, actually, that Shopify gave this up. I think Morph could have sat down there. I guess maybe you're afraid of the global coming out. You know, like a spear with a storm jump. That is pretty spooky for him to just sit in front of the tower. He's go finding trades. They have Alchemist, so if you're trading, you're pulling ahead.
Have some crit. Great kill to get. Silence is going to last a while, but he's got the hook shot back up. Now they're trying to body block him, but he does manage to get it. A little bit of AoE stun is good enough. Schofield will be traded out, but still. Again, I feel like Skywrath Mage, that fast level 6 is so important.
It's eluding him. It is really eluding crit here. He's 0-3, and Schofield, he found earn charges off that too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's pretty nice for him. And it's space for the Alp, who is pushing towards a decently timed Radiance here, considering his lane was pretty rough. They put the Ench up there. Oh, that's...
Whoa, how did that one happen?
Or in the Centaur Stomp. Caught you snoozing.
Saberlight coming up big with that one. Knocks the Storm Spirit down the network chart and takes his spot.
Under attack.
Now our Tor getting active.
Trying to land the spear. Takes it a couple times there. Sees an opportunity. Does manage to nail it.
He gets silenced.
Yeah, he's silenced up, so this is going to be a little rough. The arena goes out, spear, but he's already morphed into strength. So Global's going to be used to cover both Stinger and Sacred, help them get out. Storm Spirit's coming in. Mongo's going to try for something, but who does he want out of this one? Why it's not the easiest kill, but probably easier than the rest. Yeah, they do manage to get him with the hook shot. Follow it up. The silence, though, is going to be able to stop the Mars from following it up too much. Get down. Arteezy, he's running around the golems, hoping to tank up the battery assault. Waveforms over the side. Schofield can't get the kill by himself. Mago, half his mana ready to go. Not going to chase after the Morphling. Goes for the faster kill and crit, who's giving up his life to try and kill Stinger. Silence goes out. Mago's got the mana to zip away, and ABED is out of mana as well. So he does have enough just to put out that slight, but can't pursue the Storm Spirit, the bigger kill.
Double damage, MVP of that fight for sure. ABED gets so much done with the rune there. Power runes have gone his way, and he has put them to use finally. Unable to convert on the Morphling kill as well because Stinger got silenced by crit when he wanted to be the one silencing with the global chain on the Morphling. That's why it got delayed there. That might have been a Morphling death if that global comes out and the Storm TP next. Instead, very heads up and Ancient Seal by crit salvages the initial part of that fight, and then this chase just goes too long, and ABED's just right-clicking people down. No mana, no cares. He'll get the job done. Still, East Coast, they have their Alchemist farming, so they're not entirely sad. And Parker did get a Boots of Travel.
He's about to run into 3 heroes. They have the vision to be able to see him coming. He is dead. Can't see it, but there's Mystic Flare in the mix. So you're going to have a Slight Chains and Primal Roar both setting up Mystic Flare. And Alchemist is a great target for that kind of assault.
And Saberlight has had some nice position.
Bottom tower is
Big
about to
pickoffs instead
flounder.
of just walking in with no boots.
Flip around, instantly silenced. Beating out Fly a little bit. Maybe this is too much for them to handle, though. Mago's going to go and get that Skywrath Mage kill. See if he can get away from ABED. Anyway, long dip, TP out. ABED, oh, gets him in the end with the Remnant and the axes.
This Beastmaster doing so much for Shopify right now. Saberlight has just dragged the slow Ember back into this game completely, and now they are clicking on all cylinders as the ball is rolling with this Helm of the Overlord. The summons control from Beastcoast is a weak point for sure.
Yeah.
The Alchemist maybe helps you later on, but right now Parker needs to keep farming needs more items in this game. The other two cores are falling behind because you're just taking 5 cores. You gotta keep that in mind if you're Beastcoast extending into these fights. Your Alchemist is not joining you.
We'll take that.
There's only so far you can go. Schofield is literally just throwing his body at these summons.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Not the most efficient play in the world, but somebody's going to handle it.
Radiant's top tower is
Double
under
jump.
Allen has the jump onto Arteezy, a big kill, and the silence lasts just long enough.
He was up really far, and that is exactly the combination Beastcoast are looking for. Before that Manta comes out, they find Artur that big kill.
Man, that's a massive turnaround because it felt like Shopify was beginning to get away with the game a bit.
Yeah, the Beastmaster momentum was adding up here. That's a bad kill to give away. There's no way around it. Just a lot of momentum throwing back Beastcoast's way. Even Parker gets involved. You're losing the farm time on Morph to get to that defensive item. And it's a very quiet game for Arteezy in general off of what was a pretty free lane. I'm still waiting for his involvement here, Cap. 0, 1, and 0.
Told me Arteezy Morphling's the best.
3.
He is working towards the Manta. That'll change a lot. And Shopify are going to do the early Roshan. We've seen them do this a number of times.
That Beastmaster always gives you objective taking. Blizzard's going to pump up. Hopefully to do it down even faster as
Dire's
you're racing
middle
against this
tower is
Alchemist.
under attack.
It was honestly far, but not that far.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have much of a net worth. Like,
So Parker is going to get to his
Radiant's
items
bottom tower
here.
faces a
Travel
stiff
speeds it up
wind.
a little bit. Did not have the best spawns either. So it's going to be a little slow on the Alchemist timing. So you're probably going to want to pick it up. Damage, particularly while this global is still effective, because that is not guaranteed forever here, as defensive items are going to come out from Shopify shortly, particularly 1,000 gold for that Manta on the Warp lane, and KB 1,1700 away from ABED.
Is under attack.
KB for Saberlight also queued up here. Those 3 items are going to be really strong with Beastcoast, limiting the damage output of the Beastcoast force here.
Spirit Vessel for the Clockwork. Well, that will help against the Morph lane.
Feels like Beastcoast don't have an answer to the summons push here. They're just summons pushing their way through every objective in this game. And it's keeping the gold lead active against an Alchemist. Generally a very good sign.
Dinger. It's a ward down in preparation for a
Dire's
potential
middle tower is under pressure.
Use it.
Yeah, how are you going to use
Structures are
that
fortified.
information that you're getting right now? They spot the ward now,
Dire's
so
top
the
tower
opportunity
is
to maybe get
under
like the
attack.
fast kill on crit at the start of a fight now gone. And the tier 2
Dire's
is now
middle
gone.
tower
For
has
objective,
fallen.
you're just giving up for free in exchange for a regen. Consolation prize here.
Not great. They're going to smoke up now, see if they can punish Shopify as they start backing away, perhaps. Oh, he's getting deep. Let's go for it. Go straight in. For the Beastmaster on the global down. They're going to take out the Lightburst. They can get that kill. They can manage to destroy this mantle this back line. They ignore Arteezy for now after all he had in the Aegis. Taker though, things like the Aegis just adding up. They're going to kill out Light Line with the Mark attacking, but Arteezy's going to be in the mix of this.
Got silence.
Did.
And you got to fight through this. Anthem, it's not about his impact in this fight. Just getting kited out.
Yeah, he gets like the one kill out of this.
What was that?
That was not a great move.
It looked cool, but it didn't do anything. And that'll be Aegis down, and Shopify do not get what they were looking out of that fight. Not at all. You're gonna have the vision committed for that fight from Beastcoast, and it did get de-warded by Shopify. Same time, Sage were like going down first. On top of, he lost his whole army there.
Yeah, he did.
That's a lot of gold and a lot of momentum that Saberlight was building to get lost away during that Aegis push.
Still doesn't change the net worth actually being in the favor of Shopify. The big part of this is they've just taken a lot more objectives. You may have Alchemists, but they've got their own gold stimulus program going on. That's just towers dying.
That's true. I just feel like it could be worse. I'm surprised that initiation went as well as it did. Schofield just going in there, like, okay. I mean, the damage follow-up is swift and decisive here from Beastcoast. They've got that going for them. Now it's your KB out of this fight. Apparently one of his stronger power points. Shopify take another tier 2. I mean, you're talking about the net worth difference. Some of that is the Alchemist balancing it out. The other aspect of that is they have all the outer towers on Shopify side. That's a lot of net worth advantage they have over Beastcoast. Beastcoast has yet to Shopify side.
Beastcoast have gotten 0 towers in return.
Ooh, how about that one for a
Massive kill. 1,000 gold for that.
It's just hook shot into Vortex. He's gone.
It's like the last remaining ward, or one of the last remaining wards for Beastcoast. They immediately smoke up, knowing they got a numbers advantage.
Fight Shopify want to take without
the
their
global
Ember.
silence. They spotted both Saberlight and that Skywrath Mage, and they are great targets for initiation. Now, unfortunately, the silence did go out on the Storm Spirit. He gets off the Mystic Flare, does a lot of damage, but Mago will eventually get that kill, and they'll finish up Saberlight too. So, no matter what happens, they actually can stop Arteezy. Arteezy maybe get the kill on Mago instead. And he doesn't have a TP, so
he's dead for
gone.
sure. At least he takes out that Morphling and gets something done. That was his first assist or kill, by the way, in this game.
Really?
Yes.
Speedy rune of haste.
Very quiet game for him. Pushes towards BKB, another defensive item coming out here for Shopify. They're just going to mass BKBs, Mantas. Guys say they're going to have damage issues again? I don't know. Feels like it. The problem with the Morphling in this game is he doesn't have great morph targets. Who are you stealing?
You're going up like we actually did talk about this in a couple of casts. Just the fact that like if you go the Aghanim's Morphling and you're up against strength cores, it doesn't feel that good. And here in this game, you would want to turn into the Alchemist, but stealing status resistance isn't great.
Status resistance, and you're throwing out a concoction. It's like whatever, right? It's not this big impact Ag's Morphling game. I don't even know if RTZ here.
Storm Spirit is so based around his ultimate, that doesn't feel good, so it's probably just the Mars.
ABED is sick of getting initiated on. He's going to take matter into his own hands in front of the silencer instead. I think some of this game might come down to how much farm Y continues to find. It's probably been their highest impact in the fight. Damage. It's been a real problem. The Mars in particular, Bulwark's not helping you versus this spam Hurricane Pike already done. It's almost level 12. He's found a decent amount of network, especially with all the towers going down. That's going to be the X factor. And Crit, I mean, Crit almost killed Dark Mago. They had one stun follow-up or anything. That's a very different fight. So these BKBs that are coming out, one for the Beastmaster right now, the Embers is done, and the Morphlings is very close. Triple BKB for Shopify is going to be designed to get this next Roshan and take over the map with it. Get rid of some of the global silence control, some of the storm damage. Arena initiation is not going to be as easy. You're going to have to cut through these with physical damage now. AC for Jim Hart is designed to do that. Will it be enough? You have some minus armor stacking with that Nasus threat.
So then the damage problem becomes more apparent, right? You can't touch Shopify, but if Shopify can't actually get the kills, then Beastcoast kite you out. That's going to feel really bad. So
you need to make those BKBs count. Lockdown, take it up. Another hookshot on the Beastmaster.
Yeah, that's going to feel pretty good with global styles, but the BKBs go out. So now you just got a kite. They're going to go for the Skywrath Mage, and they do have the detection with Spawn Up despite the Glimmer King. Get 1 for 2 out of this, but with the buyback, and now the BKB's now gone. It looks like Beastcoast are feeling really good about this fight. Seeger's going to die for it, of course, but all around, the cores may still trample through this one. And Mago can get out, but he couldn't zip away in time. Seeger comes through, out. The land of great spears. The chain gun's going to be enough, though. RTZ turning back into the bars, throws his own spear, misses his own. And the Infinite, look at him rain in from Fly.
He is doing so much work on this fight. Parker doesn't want any more of it.
Any chains? Oh, no studs available. Beastcoast, that was... They didn't lose 4 for that. They lost 5. That was a buyback on Sacred in that fight.
He is gone from the game, man. His item progression has disappeared. Enchantress took it all. Decent damage from Fly, but it was all Artesian ABED there. 5k each. The Alchemist can't go through these heroes fast enough to pose a threat. You get on the back line, sure. EKB's enough to buy time in this engagement for the sustained add up here between the Ember and the Morphin. Not enough burst on Parker. He slowly combed through that Beastmaster, but it took a long time.
And I guess another part is like Mago's performance in that game 1 was fantastic when he was down, but in this game 2, right, he won his lane, and unfortunately in these fights, he just hasn't managed to stay alive.
It's hard because you wanted to go aggressive items to support the damage issue Beastcoast is having. At the same time, you're playing into a ball from Shopify that has proven difficult to break, as these heroes are very tanky. You have auras up. You have BKBs up. You have this Enchantress you can't go on anymore. You know, who are you jumping? So far, it's been jumping the Beastmaster. But there, you jump the BKBs, and then you're stuck in kind of a weird engagement.
Yeah.
Try and find... Ooh. Fast. Felt it was coming.
Maybe he had it beat. Board inside. Game sense, baby.
Is under pressure.
Little known fact, ABED actually plays like Daredevil. Puts on a full map. Mago dead again.
Yeah, Mago is not doing much better here. He lives.
He's dead.
They found Saberlight, though.
Okay. Well, all that attention. Yes. Looks in something for Beastcoast. They ping Roshan. They know it's about that time to start playing for the pit.
Yeah, and Scotty for our tour here is going to be the biggest item. This is not a Morphling Agony, but it is a Scotty Morphling. That is one of the best items matchup in the Morphling versus the Alk. He has a Mars too that he can punish with it. It's going to be really strong. You're going to be incredibly tanky, hard to go on, and you're just going to kite hell and back. Back again. Need more items. Just need more gold on the Alchemist.
Gold is supposed to solve all issues, but Beastcoast cannot get enough of it. They could get to Abyssal Blade. I mean, that would be a game changer. You would have a little bit more of a damage upgrade, but a lot more just single target lockdown against the Morphling. Maybe you can surprise him with the Global Silence plus Abyssal Blade.
It's hard to surprise this time. You have an Enchantress who can frontline. You have Beastmaster Vision and Summons that can also scout, fight. And I think Saberlight, maybe he's not happy if he gets jumped and just all into 0, but I think it's still an okay fight for Shopify. Because you have 2 other high damage cores that are going to be able to make something of it.
Sure.
Yeah. And he's tanky. He's going to take a decent committal here for Beastcoast to go on.
Oh, he went Silver Edge instead on Gym Park.
He was debating between the two, ends up with the Silver Edge.
Radiant's middle tower.
Pretty strong initiation tool. Will also give him some kiting in the fight. Maybe he doesn't have to pop BKB as early. It's also a break for the Enchantress technically if he finds Fly. Maybe you take that infinite damage out for free. Roshan has been taken out for free already.
Yeah, they TP'd into it, but they're far too late. Aegis already going to be picked up. They committed again, vision around this area, but don't actually get a fight from it.
Ops on either side of the pit.
Or at least they don't get a fight out of it yet. But they're sticking around. They still want to find something here.
Parker wants to go. Parker says, go, you go. He's going to find Saberlight. That's a good grab.
See if they can burst him down. They throw it out the arena, the spear, the global silence, everything they have. Now it's going to be the Skywrath Mage. But are they going to be able to get this kill quickly? Not as quick, but they do get it in the end. 2 down. Beastcoast.
They want next.
Looking for more. They don't want to go for RTZ. Nice spear landing onto the Ember, but he already zips away to the Remnant before Mago could catch him. Fly, he gets out as well.
Parker just getting kited out by this Enchantress slow.
Yeah.
Really hurt him.
That is annoying.
Ends up stunning himself, not even able to find that kill. That was the best case scenario for Beastcoast. Parker running in with the Silver Edge reveal on a Beastmaster and just 100 to 0ing him. If they could have gotten more off that, I think they'd feel good about it. Shopify probably okay with that being the Silver Edge reveal with a really good angle, and you get your 2 big cores out with Aegis and Cheese.
Might get some small
it.
objectives out of it. Looks like they're going to try and take the Shopify Tormentor.
Oh, that's pretty nice. On to Stinger here. Not the worst shard. Starts stealing some in. He's not stolen much in this game, sitting at 2.
No, he has not. But at least you take it away from, like, the Skyreth Mage shard is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if Fly has his yet, but
he does not. Skyreth does have a shard. Armor coming. It's something to get off of that nice find by Parker. If you get the Swift Blink here, that's also going to help his burst initiation. Getting up there. Becoming enough of a threat that he can stay in the fight, burst these cores, and maybe take that man fight. Again, Shopify just getting caught off guard. The vision is not doing much for him here in these fights as the initiations are being found by Beastcoast.
But do you feel good about an Alchemist lineup that is just like, oh, they're kind of getting there? You know, I feel like Alchemist has to hit a window, hit it hard, hit it fast, and end the game.
I agree. And it's not feeling great. It's not the smoothest out game I've seen. He's 10K ahead now. I think you prefer to be 10K ahead, 5 or 6 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Still, he can scale by pulling some Ags in the ultralight too. It's an X factor.
Yeah, I guess they got a good...
The thing is, I felt this way about the Sven last game, and Beastcoast surprised me with that one.
Okay.
So, my team of... I mean, you know my read of Beastcoast. Every time I think they've lost the game, they win it.
I mean, that's everybody's read of Beastcoast.
Yeah.
That is just the way this team operates. The worse they do in the first 15 minutes, the harder they're going to bounce back. Absolutely. The better they do in the first 15 minutes, the harder they're going to flounder.
Dark Mago shouldn't have solo killed ABED. That was the worst move Beastcoast has made this.
I was actually game losing.
Now they have been trying to catch up ever since from that game losing solo kill. He's just running out. 2 minutes left.
Sprites are with us.
And Scotty should be defeated.
It is dangerous to go up into this high ground against Storm.
It's annoying.
And a Mars Spear back. At the same time.
Just wants more burst jump, maybe some extra slow to help chase people down.
Looks like Jim Park manages to bait Shopify into TPing to the top lane. I think he showed himself for half a second and then TP'd away.
They have some spacing here. Numbers advantage if they can find anybody. Fly is smoked. I don't know if he knows what's coming for him. It'll find him.
Smoke breaks on each other. Silver Edge, to get the Silver Edge hit and get that fast kill. Hook shot goes in. A little bit too late for that one, though. He's been silenced. Cannot get the Gox push back. Mago goes in. Global Sound's going to be used as well, but they're not getting anything out of this one. They have to get out. Aardvark actually goes back in for the Enchantress. All this for an enchant they use so much, but they do manage to get that kill. But now it's time for Shopify to be able to fight back. They're going to go for Stinger first. Fighting now. Mago silenced up, but it gets the zip away. He is low on mana, though, and Secret doesn't have any help in this fight. Warflake does manage to spear too. He's going for ABED. ABED is slowed down quite a bit. Jim Park's laying into him. Not quite enough. Shopify do manage to lose the Aegis on the Warflake, but they still have plenty more to go, and Beastcoast have run out.
Oh, that is an insane fight to come into. I think after that initiation's botched, I'm getting the hell out. Of course, it's Beastcoast, so they don't have any cares to give, for lack of a better word here, and just punch it through, hoping they find something. That's still fighting the Aegis with like 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Why?
RTC like intentionally was like, okay, it's time to die now.
I guess so, and like you said, all for an Enchantress. That is how much of a problem Fly has been for them this game. Honestly, this has looked like his best hero the entire tournament. In some ways, it's been Shopify's best hero.
In some ways, it's been one of the best heroes of the last few months, right? I mean, Celery's done amazing work on Gaming Gladiators with this Enchantress. Great pickoff on Dark Mago, by the way. That'll allow a very easy high ground push for Shopify.
Yeah, they had to steal. Get the Vortex turned around, and they're going to find another roar on his
might as well just take the silencer kill if he's going to present himself.
Yeah, this game has been so much about the Beastmaster and the Enchantress. Controlling the tempo, taking the objectives, opening up the space, starting the fights, tanking the initiations. Fly and Saberlight have just done everything here for Shopify. Parker in the back does get dusted. He's done himself. Oh, he went in. He did go back in. Absolute madman. He went for Fly again.
does manage to get that kill. RTC's going to wait for him through and go for Schofield, while ABED is trying to once again keep away from Jim Park. He's kiting him around. He did it so well last
alive.
Mago, he's going to chase after him. The sound does
He's going to buy
the Stormseer. He's going to buy immediately. ABED's going to try and help out.
no
But this is actually no BKB. Comes back in with no remnants, and RTC has already called it quits on this fight. Oh,
What did he do? Abed.
You broke the game. You broke that.
This game is crumbling quite literally under the pressure. It is a double buy for Beastcoast as they're going to pause to reset this gap. I think it was client lag, to be honest. I don't think that was the internet. I think something in the game was lagging. Either way, that's a buyback for the Storm and a buyback for the Silencer for potentially an unnecessary buyback on Abed that just cost him, right? Because he had no remnants, no BKB. What is he doing in this fight? Miscommunication there for Shopify costs them big, as Parker once again just eats himself into the fight. An absolute madman. 0.1 second left on that stun that almost hits himself. Finds the Ench, bursts down the big impetus damage, and I guess gets the job done. As guess what is coming out now, Cap? You doubted him. You doubted him. But that's an Ag Scepter.
Is under attack.
And who are you going to give it to here?
Radiant structures are
I mean, truly the
think
Storm,
it's
right?
Dark Mago for sure. That's going to be an AoE Vortex.
AoE Vortex into an unstable concoction could be a team fight winning combination.
This is where the outscale becomes scary, because the Ag Scepters are good on Beastcoast's game. And the Morphling is not killing Parker in the fights as much as I thought he would. So now this Storm is going to become the real problem. It's similar to game one. That Sven got them through most of that mid and early late game to the point where the Leshrac on Dark Mago became the problem. This game could become similar. This Storm can become a big problem for them in the late game. They don't have the greatest lockdown versus Storm if he gets a Dispel item up here and gets pooled in Ags for some extra tankability.
If you get another Aghanim Scepter, who do you think you give it to? Like, do you like the Mars one in this game? I'm not sure if Sacred's like scaled well
Mars for it. Yeah, that Mars one has been nerfed so much over time too.
Yeah, and he's going Sight the Vice next, so he doesn't necessarily.
I mean, Clock Ags is always good for the rocket flares and stuff. Helps you initiate.
It gets more damage on the Enchantress, actually. That's the nice part.
Silence
I've been so focused on it.
I would say Silencer Ags is okay, but there's so many BKBs on Shopify. There's 4 out, including 1 on Fly now.
Maybe you just get a Moon Shard for yourself and then get another Aghanim Scepter for the Mars after that.
Yes. I mean, the stats and HP on the Mars are good. It's by no means bad here. I think the Clock one could also be interesting in the game. I don't know if it's worth pulling an item off the Alk for it. We'll see. He could technically still go another item here on the Alk. On top of the Moon Shard, he could replace Boost to Travel with something. I think it's more probable you do that with Goodwin, for example. However, it's still possible if you want to go back for an Abyssal here or Mjolnir that you get Force Boots later on. That can be a trajectory he aims for here in the ultra late game.
This is very interesting. Shopify just went and poked at the high ground while Roshan was potentially up.
Nice little strategic move, trying to get them back and then smoke straight to the pit.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
It's hard to read.
But if Beastcoast, see if they get there in time. They're so split right now. This is really
Why are they so split? What? This is so weird. And Rocket Flare just finds them. That's their own Rocket Flare. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's so weird because the Rocket Flare went and hit them there.
Now the smoke's going to break on each other. Shopify lying in wait. Schofield immediately backing down. He says, nope.
Is this like some kind of ultimate pincer maneuver?
It's the weirdest pincer maneuver I've ever seen.
Parker is still behind them.
I mean, all the fights have been good off of killing Skywrath Mage and the Beastmaster first. Maybe they're thinking, if they can get that vision,
gonna find him here.
He's gonna find him. He's gonna spot him. Is he gonna be able to get off the abilities first?
That
Level
Glimmer.
on Sacred. He doesn't get it.
That Glimmer was so bad.
Oh, Grit with a great reaction. The force staff gets him away too. Mago's jump around. Sacred is holding this one with the bulwark. The impetuses will finish him off thanks to that detection. Mago's sticking it onto Arteezy though. Warping full out on strength though.
And they're back onto the Enchantress of all heroes.
They gotta go for Fly every time, every single time. They're gonna gun for him first, and maybe it's the only kill they can get. Mago has no mana, by the way.
Yeah, he's in trouble. He has Island on him too. Is Parker gonna go back in with no ult?
They got
That's
away
crazy.
from him. He's gonna be stunned. No, he goes back in.
Whoa.
Saberlight dodges the pin.
No
Monster
way.
almost kills Arteezy. Well, Hyperlight does die. Mago trying to Bloodstone heal himself alive, but it's not going to work. Jim Park working without the Chemical Rage. Pops his BKB, TP's out. It'll be fine, but still, Beastcoast losing 4, a very staggered 4, as there's 100 seconds left on the Storm, 30 on the rest.
So much damage went into the Morphling that just gets healed. The target prioritization was not there for Beastcoast, and a huge roar from Saberlight on the out when he blinked in that just bought so much time in that engagement. And Fly, it just takes so much for them to bring this Enchantress down. If they don't, he's killing them. He's the one who finishes off that Mars there.
Yeah.
A very clutch pickoff. Especially as he was glimmered and running out of the vision, and all that fight started with an insanely fast Glimmer Cape on Crate. Right, that's the only reason that goes as well as it did. Yep. They're gonna get back in here from Beastcoast. They want to contest it. Look, Parker has found ABED. He slowed him up.
He is very slow. It really stacks up. ABED not going to get very far away. Global silence. He's dead, man. This passive, it's just a killer for this Ember Spirit. Now they're going to go for Fly one
not roaching.
and they've got him. They are not roaching. They're hiding around the pits.
What are you hiding for, though?
I don't know, but Sacred, like a bloodhound, he's sniffing it out right now. He knows there's got to be some heroes around here somewhere.
There's no way.
Just outside of the vision, man.
Hardcore gonna go.
He's in biz. Oh my God!
Way too early.
He's jumping into it, but way too early. They can stop him. Maybe he can. Oh my God! Just no way. He seals it away from Beastcoast. But are they going to win this fight with it? Of course they are. Now that Saberlight's back in the mix with the Primal War, they blow up the Alchemist. He's going to buy back now. He sees his heroes are still up. They still have a fighting chance here. He can just get here to bail him out. He can fight Arteezy with this extra life. He gets in there, gets the stun. Now Arteezy, he's got
There's a Hex wait.
nothing to get him away immediately. No waveform, no Silver Edge.
Stolen Spear.
Immediately going to be stunned.
Force back in.
Spear, but it's too much. It's too much, man.
Get back in there, Parker. You're not done. Push him back in the ring. Oh my God. You were asking, what does Parker give over a carry like Hector? I'm not faulting anybody. Parker might be the most psychopathic carry player I've ever watched in my life. Like, his reinitiations in this game, his weird angles, the solo plays, being in odd parts of the map, the re-goes when he has no business going back in. And it is working, man. Beastcoast thrive off the chaos. They thrive off the surprise. Even there, he does not care our Tor takes ages because he's just going to insta-buy and run you back down. Refresher Shard, by the way, given over to Sacred. That is what Parker picked up in the midst of all of that. So that is a double Hex, double Arena, double BKB for the Mars. Really nice item pickup for him off that Roshan. At least they got something.
Can't wait.
And you have to remember, this AoE Vortex is still waiting for you. How aggressive is Parker going to play with no buyback in this game?
Yeah, that is the question, because they do have buyback on Arteezy. They could surprise Beastcoast here. They're going to smoke up. I think they're going to go for it. He fired so much damage. He's trying to protect him. He's alive. He's trying to guard him. He's alive. He's getting out. That is criminal right there. Saberlight once again tries to initiate and dies almost immediately afterwards. Beastcoast are getting out with their heroes. Now some of these heroes that get out don't get out, don't have buyback.
They got a Rax, and they got the Alk off, and they got a Morphling buy. How does he live? Where was the damage?
I think they had no detection somehow.
I mean, it was also Sacred jumping on top of him, helping him tank the Skyrath.
Yeah, he like drops the arena, jumps on top of him, bulwarks. He's doing everything he can. Captain, my captain.
Oh my. This guy's insane, dude. This guy is criminally insane. The way he plays Dota it's not rational, man. It's just beyond control. He has absolutely no fear.
Maybe that's the perfect matchup in that regard. Shopify, you know, a team that it feels like they're more of a company than, you know, a group of friends. They've looked at Dota probably a much more rational way than Parker is.
Trying to meet the unexplainable with logic here. And it's kind of working for Beastcoast. 10k gold loot. They still have that Refresher Shard, and Parker goes back to buy out for that Abyssal Blade. So he has the option available of slotting that in.
Silver Edge. All that damage, hook shot, covers him.
Walks it off. The Morphling TP is too long. Just can't get in there with the right clicks. 2 or 3 right clicks from Morphling, and that Alk is dead, and you feel way better about that exchange. Instead, Parker gets to walk it off and wait 4 minutes for his cooldown to count to come back up. Will he even play with one? That's another question. mean, he is playing this game to win it. I'll give him that much, as this looked like another game where Shopify might have just ran it over, right? Especially that Roshan. If they get Rosh there, you can end the game with that. Then they're going to have to settle for a Tormentor and a Shard on the Morphling of all things. A little extra stats. Can shift while stunned, which is actually pretty nice this game.
Yeah, considering that a lot of Beastcoast, their entire game plan here is...
Look at this. Alchemist buyback.
Max it. Gonna get the boost here. Vessel immediately put outside. Spear onto him. They're getting the stun down.
More interrupt.
Lotus Orb in the Primal Roar goes out. Arteezy met with the Vessel Blade. Lotus Orb bounce back. Arteezy managed to wait for him over the side, but another round of the arena. They're just trying to keep Arteezy locked in a cage right now, and it is working. They're killing some of the other heroes while Arteezy is limited to doing absolutely nothing. Mago's decimating the backlines. He's going for crit right now. Why? Infinite damage, infinite damage. That's not the cause you wanted. Schofield, that's only going to be able to kite out Jim Parker
in bubble.
He can't
He holds
exit
out.
somebody of these heroes. He has no chemical range. He has no life. And now he's dead. Beastcoast, they've lost all their heroes with no buybacks.
The initiation that was a dream turns into a nightmare. If they were unable to chain it, the roar on the Mars prevented the chain hex spear coming out. And Shopify take full advantage of it. Satanic for Arteezy, keeps him alive in this fight. The damage numbers are there for Beastcoast, but they can't finish a single hero off.
Yeah, how did Crit live?
The cogs backfired, man. The cogs separated a lot of that. The Alc got stuck in it. Hags, Abed, he's just going ham with the Remnants.
And they just dive into the base. They know they can end this.
Under attack.
And it's going to be up to Mago to stop it.
That's
Burn away your ignorance.
Dieback on the side. No, he still has Bison.
Mago has a chance to be able to hold this, but he's got siege wagons coming in. That is the most annoying part right now. He can keep up backdoor protection, but he can't kill the siege wagon.
has
We
to
have
stay
to
here.
pull them.
Still, he got the wings off. This is not a game ender for Shopify.
No, not anymore.
They're gonna have to go back. They're gonna have to protect his little catapult.
Look at him, he's just taking it. He's like, whatever it takes. BKB right before the Primal Roar. Great timing there. The second wave is gonna get through now.
You're still gonna have a window.
He can TP back. He can TP back and zip it again.
Middle barracks are under
Where'd the
attack.
catapults go? Oh, he pulled him again.
Yeah, he pulled him maybe even deeper, and then he's gonna zip out and kill this next wave as it comes through.
Sure, but 40 seconds, still no Alc. Surely this is enough time to
I
get
mean, if you
through.
can get the backdoor protection back up, catch those siege wagons again, maybe.
Oh, no, the creeps are in. The creeps are in. You have a chance. There's still a glyph up. 25 seconds for Parker. You're gonna have to put some vortexes to use. You have no buyback on the Beastcoast side.
Diving in, into the bait. Who are they gonna go on him? They managed to get the vortex onto the two of them. Really good bouncing damage there, while Arteezy is controlled by the spear, but they're not getting the damage out fast enough. Especially with Mago silence. He's going for crit. He can't afford these silences any longer. He's hitting the throne. Glyph is going out. Arteezy, he's going for it. Meanwhile, Parker's almost back up, but now Parker's back up, but there's nobody else alive.
Sacrifice for an alchemist. Can he do anything
Jumped
with it?
in. His is all the last ditch
he
effort
cannot.
by Parker, but he cannot hold it. Shopify will push it to a game 3.
And they were pushed straight to the brink there. Their elimination on the line. They clutched that game out. The Morphling comes alive in the late game just when you thought Parker was going to bamboozle his way to a 2-0. The Morphling says no.